Hi, it's Grandma Roseanne. We're going to make fudge. I love fudge, and I love it when I make fudge. I hate fudge when it comes out dry and crumbly and tasteless. I just want to throw that whole thing away. So, over the last, I don't know, maybe 60 years, I have experimented with different fudge recipes, and I have the best one ever. So just follow this. You're going to have creamy, beautiful fudge at the end, all right? We're going to start out in my pan. I have 2 cups of sugar, and to that I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of cocoa. Now, you want to get the best that you can find, and the Dutch process is really about the best that you can use for this. If you can get it, it's available everywhere. It's a little bit more pricey, but you don't use that much of it. So you're just using 3 tablespoons, so it's not very, very much that you're putting in. So you want to get the best chocolate that your budget will allow. Now to this, I'm going to put in 2/3 of whole milk. Can you use skim milk? Yeah, probably. Can you use 2%? Probably, but why? Why? If you want to get the very best results, you want to have the very best ingredients going in. So now what we're going to do is just mix this up, just like that. Now these steps are simple but important, okay? You want all that sugar to dissolve and dissolve very nicely into this chocolate mixture. So we're going to dissolve it in a very, very low heat. This is the time you can just, I don't know, think about something wonderful that's going to be coming your way. Or maybe you're making this for someone special. Or maybe you're making this for someone who is in therapy and they're in a convalescent home and you want to give them a nice treat. So think about wonderful things, okay? That makes the time go faster and it makes it nice. But we want to make sure the sugar is all dissolved, and you will be able to feel in that spatula when it is dissolved. Doesn't that look pretty? Very low heat. Now there are a couple of essentials, what I consider essentials. One is a candy thermometer. Now, I got this one off of Amazon, and I will tell you, I absolutely love it. I would leave you the link if I knew how, but I don't know how to do that. So it's a Polder, P-O-L-D-E-R, and it is really an excellent thermometer. To make sure you guys, I want to make sure you guys get the right thing. Now, this is so good. The ones I used for years, which are horrible, it's a round tube of glass that is very difficult to position on your pan because it ends up, the little bulb at the bottom ends up hitting the bottom of the pan. It's a mess. But here you have a little step that sits on the bottom. Your thermometer does not hit that. And those glass ones can break, you guys, and then you got a royal mess on your hands. As we process through, I'm going to also use this thermometer. This is an instant read, and you're going to see how I'm going to use both of them. But again, if you want to make good candy, you've got to have some of the tools. Do you have to have this? No. But if it ensures perfection, why not? And you will use this thing for everything. I use it for chicken, I use it for beef, I use it for fish. I now am able to cook fish fail-proof because I've got this little gadget. All right, so I think we're pretty well dissolved here. So now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. This gives it such a nice flavor and consistency and texture. 2 tablespoons of butter. And 3 ounces of chocolate. Now, again, the better the chocolate, the better the result. Good ingredients go in, excellent product comes out. So I have Garandoli's chocolate here, and I'm using just a milk chocolate. But you can use whatever chocolate suits you. If you like a really deep, rich, dark chocolate, that's fine. Whatever you like. We just kind of like the milk chocolate here. Now we're going to put in our thermometer. What I have done is I have increased the heat to a medium high, and we're going to let this get to 236 degrees. What you want to do is take some water and a brush and just go along the sides of your pan like this. And what you're doing is you're dissolving those sugar crystals that want to bounce up and stick onto the top of your pan. So now we're at 250 degrees. We're going to go up to 236 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 thermometers. This one will take it into larger increments. This one will take it to a 1 degree. So we want this to go to 236 degrees, and this will give us an actual correct count, but it also allows us to make sure that our thermometers are both correct. You know, we want to be sure that what they're telling us is the truth. And then a couple times through your process, you want to just scrape those edges down, just like that. Now I have gotten a water bath ready here, which is just nothing more than a nice large bowl that pan's going to fit into. I've got ice and water in here because when we hit 236 degrees, we want to stop the cooking immediately. And the only way you're going to do that is to plop it into some ice water. That's what we're getting ready to do. Now this does take a little bit of time to get up to 236 degrees, so don't get impatient with it, okay? Just let it go at a medium-high heat. It'll get there in its own time. Okay, now I'm at 222 degrees, 230, so we're getting there. 236, right on the button. We take it off. And we stop the cooking. Just like that. And now we're going to let it cool to 121 degrees. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to mix it. And you're going to do this for about 2 or 3 minutes. I want you to take a look. Cameraman, let them look in here. See how glossy this is? What we want to do is get rid of that gloss, and we want it to come to a matte finish. So a little bit of vigorous stirs in here will get you there. And if you're a weakling like me, you have to be double-fisted. Now what I have done over here is I have gotten a 8x8 pan, and it has parchment paper that's in there because then it becomes so much easier to get your fudge out. Starting to lose its gloss. I think it's kind of nervy to do this with a yellow sweater. This is called living on the dangerous side. I can start seeing this change in color, and I can start feeling the texture change. And this is also when you can start incorporating some other things. If you like peanut butter in it, this would be a good time to put it in. In our house, we're kind of divided into, I love nuts in my candy, I hate nuts in my candy. So we kind of have to split it out here. Okay, I hope you can see this. Come and take a look. Do you see how that gloss is leaving? And it's becoming more of a matte look to it. That's telling us we are just about ready. I think that's perfect. Here we go. This is already starting to set up, which is so nice. I'm also posting, you'll have it probably today, some English toffee that's delicious. So the reason I'm doing these is I was talking to my grandsons the other day, and I asked the littlest one, what really makes you happy in a day? What makes you so happy? He said, oh, Grandma, it's chocolate. I love chocolate. So I told the boys that I would make some candy and send it to them. So what I've already got accomplished is toffee, which turned out fantastic, you guys. If you like English toffee, you want to take a look at that one. Okay, now for the Roseanne side of fudge, I love the nuts. For camera side, he doesn't love the nuts. The grandchildren don't love the nuts. Just like that. Get those pieces out. Okay. Now then, recover. And this gets popped into the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Then we can have fudge. I'll be back in a half hour. Alrighty, it has been 30 minutes for our fudge. So I'm removing the plastic wrap, and then look at how easy this is. Ta-da! Just like that. Now, it's time to cut. So, I'm going to cut it in half. Oh, look at that. Talk about perfection. And then we're going to do this in half. I didn't do a very good half there. But as long as this broke off, I think I have to try it. Oh, you're going to love this. Okay. Oh, is it creamy? Ah, just cutting through it, you can feel how creamy it is. And for the nutty people, I didn't cut them really straight. Now, if I were going to take this to a friend, I would plate it like this because I think fresh fruit and chocolate just goes beautifully together. So A little bit of strawberry, a little bit of fudge can make anybody happy. So now it's my job to taste it. And of course, I'm going to go for the one with the nuts. So delicious. So do whatever you want, whatever ingredients you like. We like peanut butter in ours. We like maple. We like all kinds of different flavors in it. Just give it a shot. If you want perfectly creamy, delicious, easy to make fudge, we just gave it to you, okay? So subscribe, come back, hit the bell so you'll know when we are posting again, and just enjoy a decadent piece of chocolate. You deserve it. Thank you. Bye. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Oops. Oh, good.